In the late 15th century, Europe was buzzing with change. Nations were growing stronger and trade was expanding. Spices like pepper, cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon were worth their weight in gold. The established trade routes to Asia were long and arduous. Italian city-states, especially Venice and Genoa, dominated this trade. The Ottoman Empire's expansion in the mid-1400s disrupted these pathways. The fall of Constantinople in 1453 made accessing Eastern goods more difficult. Nations like Portugal and Spain were eager to break the Italian monopoly. Portugal, under leaders like Prince Henry the Navigator, started exploring. By the 1480s, they were making significant progress. Bartolomeo Diaz rounded the Cape of Good Hope in 1488. Spain, having completed the Reconquista in early 1492, was looking for its own path to glory. The Spanish monarchs, Ferdinand and Isabella, were keen to establish their nation as a major European power. The idea of finding a new, direct sea route to the Indies was incredibly attractive. It promised economic benefits and the chance to spread Christianity. This set the stage for bold and sometimes risky ventures. Amidst this competitive atmosphere, an Italian mariner named Christopher Columbus came forward. He proposed reaching the East Indies by sailing west across the Atlantic. Columbus believed the Earth was much smaller than generally accepted. His calculations were flawed. Columbus spent years trying to gain support. He first presented his ideas to King John II of Portugal, who rejected them. Undeterred, Columbus took his proposal to the Spanish court. He faced a long struggle to secure backing. Initially, Ferdinand and Isabella were skeptical. Spain was focused on the war against the Emirate of Granada. Columbus waited patiently, cultivating contacts at the Spanish court. Finally, in early 1492, after the fall of Granada, the Spanish monarchs agreed to support Columbus's venture. They were eager to compete with Portugal's maritime successes. The potential rewards of finding a new route to the Indies were immense. The terms of their agreement, known as the Capitulations of Santa Fe, were very generous to Columbus. He was promised the title of Admiral of the Ocean Sea and 10% of the revenues from the lands he might discover. With royal patronage, preparations for the voyage began. Columbus was provided with 3 ships, the Santa Maria, the Pinta, and the Nina. Finding sailors willing to embark on such an uncertain journey was not easy. On August 3, 1492, the fleet set sail from Palos. After stopping at the Canary Islands, they departed into the uncharted Atlantic. Columbus kept 2 logbooks to allay the crew's fears. Finally, on October 12, 1492, a lookout sighted land. They had reached an island in the Bahamas, which Columbus named San Salvador. He believed he had reached the East Indies, but he was mistaken. This accidental discovery would change the course of world history. Upon making landfall on San Salvador, Columbus and his crew went ashore. They encountered the native Lucayan Taino people. Columbus noted their lack of clothing and simple way of life. He observed their small gold ornaments, sparking his interest. Columbus spent the next few months exploring the Caribbean. He sailed from San Salvador to other islands in the Bahamas, and then to Cuba. He believed Cuba to be part of the Asian mainland. Despite the lack of evidence, Columbus clung to his belief that he was in the Indies. From Cuba, the expedition sailed to La Española, Hispaniola. The Santa Maria ran aground, and Columbus ordered the construction of a small fort, La Navidad. He left 39 crew members at this settlement. Before returning to Spain, Columbus kidnapped several indigenous people. In January 1493, Columbus set sail for Spain aboard the Nina, accompanied by the Pinta. His mind was filled with plans for a return voyage. Columbus's return to Spain in March 1493 was met with great excitement. He presented his findings to Ferdinand and Isabella. He was hailed as a hero. His voyage was seen as a tremendous success. This news spread rapidly throughout Europe, igniting a wave of exploration. The age of discovery had truly begun. One significant consequence was the Columbian Exchange. Europe gained new staple crops like potatoes. Europe gained new staple crops like maize. Europe gained new staple crops like tomatoes. The Americas received horses. The Americas received cattle. The Americas received wheat. However, the Columbian Exchange also brought devastating diseases to the indigenous populations. Smallpox caused catastrophic population declines. Measles caused catastrophic population declines. Influenza caused catastrophic population declines. The arrival of Europeans led to violence. The arrival of Europeans led to enslavement. The arrival of Europeans led to the destruction of indigenous cultures. Columbus's legacy is complex and controversial. His voyages connected two parts of the world but also ushered in a period of colonization and suffering. Reflecting on his voyages requires acknowledging both the profound global changes and the immense human cost involved.